how did you get into making sushi?
Well, when I was 14, my friend's neighbor was an Itamai, and he'd make sushi for us every Friday night. And then I started making my own.
Wow, that's amazing. No wonder your sushi's so good.
Thanks, Stan. No one's ever praised my sushi before. Your words mean a lot.
It's my pleasure. So, I was wondering, we should watch a movie.
This one was pretty incredible. I love that they had the idea, they stuck with it, and the filmmakers just kept pushing it and pushing it. I mean, yeah, obviously it's not uncommon to have this serially deranged person featured in a short horror like this. But I love the way it was executed and how they just stuck to the point and brought a full circle at the end to see the whole process repeat itself. Yeah, it was just really cool, worth checking out.
I guess you called that a horror comedy, and it's a very clever idea. It's quite original. It's fun. It's very contained. It's only a couple of actors, well, three, I guess, in the end. But really kind of hit at a phobia that you would never think would emerge. And yeah, it's just a great idea for a movie, well executed and well performed.
Loved this concept. So quirky. Especially starting us off in just what seems like a typical date. Something's a little off, but it's a first date. And that swerve to being this hellish nightmare first encounter was actually terrifying at the same time. So it was great that they could find that humor, but once it got into the level of the gore, I was fully in because it was very well executed. The special effects makeup of the eye wound was very believable, and yeah, it definitely went there. I thought anything could have happened next, which is definitely what I want to see from a film.
This was such a fun and funny concept of this woman who just like only wants to eat sushi. Can relate. Don't go to that extreme, but can relate. Love sushi. This is just really fun. The close-up shots of him eating the salmon nigiri with his eye all stabbed open, like it was hard to watch. The makeup artist did an amazing job. It was super gruesome. And then with the sound of him eating, it was like ASMR, but like in the grossest, least satisfying way. It was very creative. It was very fun. And
the script was creative, and the effects, the cuts and bruises and bloods were convincing. Overall, highly entertaining and consistent plot.
I thought this was fun in like the most terrifying kind of way. I guess it is a cautionary tale about who getting to know the people before going over to their houses. But I thought this was really fun. I did have a moment where I was like, well, that escalated quickly, but then they kept up that level of intensity, and they kept up that kind of manic crazy vibe for the rest of the film. And because they did that, I was like, oh well, like that escalated quickly, but then you see it, then you like see the crazy, and you're like, oh, this is just how it kind of clicked in a way, which is not easy. And I think that a lot of people, like, there's a bunch of GIFs and memes, and it's kind of a joke that goes around that like, oh, like, you know, Rainin, you're crazy, and then, you know, you finally let the other person see it. And this is clearly a date relatively early on in the relationship. So I thought that, like, maybe using that as inspiration was really good. That's just happened to be what I personally thought of.
A really good job of creating a sense of discomfort and unease early on, but allowing it to have a slow progression into the crazy and psychotic situation that ends up unfolding. I think that the choice of the filmmakers to use sushi was a smart one at the center, because this is a food that is not only common on date nights, but is often considered a very impressive thing to be able to make at home. So it centers the plot on a situation that so many people can relate to, whether they've done this before or whether they've just more than likely heard other people having done it before. And it has some darkly comedic moments as well, I think, which is evident by the little epilogue where we have the new date asking about ice cream. It's a really good short film that gets the scares achieved quite efficiently.